All right, preparing for the stream. And before I started this morning, internet was not working at all. It is a nice blizzard here, and because of that, the internet in my house dropped, and I got a feeling that we may not have a live stream today at all. But fortunately, it started to work just 15 minutes ahead of the live stream, and I was already preparing an announcement to cancel or to postpone today's session. But fortunately, now it is working, and now we are ready to start. And as always, before we start analyzing the charts, let me know if you see me, if you hear my voice, if you see the price chart, if there are no lags, and if you are ready for another live stream. Another thing that I noticed managing my Telegram channel, writing the articles on TradingView, is that the activity among the members dropped significantly. I received quite a lot of messages from people that they stopped trading from the start of December, or that they are on holidays, or that they are preparing for holidays. And for that reason, as I see, many traders decided not to trade in December at all. And some of the traders who decided to trade less and sacrifice less time on trading. And for that reason, I see that the interest drops. In my copy trading, I also see that many people start withdrawing the money, preparing for winter holidays. So depending how we go today, depending on the level of the activity that we see now, it might be the last live stream for this year. Probably we will have another one next week, but as I said, everything depends on the activity. Yes, so hello everyone, nice to see you on our another live stream. This time we are covering London session opening, and today's live stream will help you to prepare for today's Fed interest rate decision and FOMC. As you know, today is one of the most critical days for this month and probably for the entire year, because we expect the last FOMC and Fed rate decision for this year, and many news outlets, many analysts claim that today's Fed decision will be very, very, very important, and we may see a lot of surprising movements. We may see a strong volatility, and ahead of that, let's prepare for that. Let me show you the setups that I am currently monitoring on different forex pairs, on gold, on silver, on other instruments. I prepared for you a nice bunch of setups for today's live stream. As always, we will go through the entire process. I will show you the exact setup. I will share with you the plan to trade the setup. I will explain the trade management rules. I explain you everything so that you could apply all this knowledge by your own trading any financial instrument. And as always, another important element of our live streams is, of course, our live chat. In the live chat, feel free to ask questions. In the live chat, feel free to ask me to analyze any instrument you want. And we have a very simple rule during this live streams. I won't finish a live session before I answer all your questions, so don't be shy and ask, especially because it is probably one of the last live streams for this year. And then usually I take a pause. Usually I take 1 month break during winter holidays. Usually I stop trading around 15th of December, 15th, 18th, depending on the market, and then I resume only in the middle of January. So it's the last last chances for you for this year to ask something if if you want. Probably there are some things in technical analysis, I don't know, top-down analysis, SMC, or any other thing that you want to know. Please let me know and don't be shy. And if you're here the first time, let me briefly introduce you to our chart. In the middle of the chart, you will find the watermark with the trading instrument and the time frame that I analyze. And hence, I am using top-down multiple time frame analysis for trading. That is my trading strategy, and that is the approach that I use for trading. Time frame will be very important in our analysis. So always monitor what time frame I analyze, and remember that in top-down analysis, one of the most important things in this strategy is the sequence of time frames that you use, that you use in your analysis. So make sure that you monitor that, and of course, ask if you have any questions. Say hello in the live chat if you already. Say good morning, good day, or good evening, depending on your time zone, and just show me your presence and show me that you are ready. I see Batman here. Thank you for joining. Nice to see Duru Fahmet. And I'm sorry if I pronounced that incorrectly. Nice to see Madi. Nice to see Akve. Nice to see Floating Goat. Nice to see Jat. Nice to see Nafajifia. 6474. Yes, Ikram. Nice to see Ikram is always here. You can see that Ikram is always top one, number one. He attends almost all the live streams, and I truly appreciate that. He is a very old member of my Telegram channel, and I'm really happy to see you here, Ikram. Budit Harma says, how your Telegram signal look like? Entry, stop loss, and target. No partials, no multiple take profits, no entry zones, day trading strategy, positive reward to risk ratio. So simple, clear, crystal clear, without all this manipulations and stuff with the results. And also I keep the transparent statistics reports, so you can find all that on my website. Just visit vasilychiri.com, open signals page, and there you will see the statistics reports from 2022 to 2025. Nice to see Rafael. Nice to see Maro Gvini. Yes, nice to see Judah here. Nice to see Nessa. Nice to see Salim. Oh, so many members. So many members. Nice to see David, Samuel. You know, I am surprised because yesterday when I announced the live stream, man, I received, I guess, around 20 messages that, oh, bro, I won't be able to attend the live stream, and bro, I'm busy. And I thought that we will have a very very few members today, but it's good that how many we have at the moment? We have 60 now. 60 now already, and the chat is quite active, so I truly appreciate that. Yeah. And I see that many members are here the first time. Yes, I hope that you will enjoy. And I hope that you will learn something new. Nice to see Tony. Tony, thank you for joining, watching from the UK. Thank you for being here. Nice to see Villa in behind, XX Audio here. Thank you for joining. So I was thinking what to start today's live stream with, and probably we are going to discuss the breakout trading setup on Pound Aussie here. That will be the setups for today. What time the signal release every day, says Booty. You know, Booty, always depends on the market. So sometimes when I wake up, when I start analyzing the charts, there are a lot of setups to trade during the London session. Sometimes there's nothing during the London session, and most of the setups are during the New York session. And sometimes there are no setups during London and UK session, and there are only the setups during the Asian session when I sleep. So it always depends with the financial markets. Unfortunately, you cannot predict when exactly the setups will form, the setups will appear. So I cannot tell you what is the what is the guaranteed number of signals that will be provided quickly. I cannot see what is the number of the setups that will be provided daily, and I cannot see exactly when the signals are provided. It always depends, and if someone tells you that he has, I don't know, fixed signal timing, for example, one sends the signal 10 a.m. London time every day, I think it is an important red flag, because the markets are always different, the sentiment is always different, and if you treat 10 a.m. if you're planning to open the trade every day 10 a.m. London time, probably most of the setups will be bad and not profitable. Yeah. So as I said, let's start with Pound USD. That will be the first. Yeah, while I was talking, it was already started full. So Pound USD, I'm bearish, and if you're trading Pound USD, it is definitely sell sentiment now. And let me explain why it looks bearish, why it looks reasonable to sell, where you should expect the price to drop, why it is reasonable to open a short position, and why exactly I decided to sell the pair. So let's open daily time frame. If you're here the first time, by the way, the first time frame that we always start the analysis with is the daily time frame. That is kind of the main time frames that we use. On this time frame, we analyze the market trend, we analyze the market sentiment, we analyze the key levels, supports and resistances, and no matter whether you are day trader, scalper, or swing trader, always remember that daily time frame is one of the most critical time frames for your analysis. So I always recommend starting your analysis with this time frame. What we see on the Pound USD here is that, analyzing the market trend, we can see that the market is bearish. We are trading in a downtrend. The market is strongly bearish, and since April this year, we are steadily falling, updating lower highs and lower lows. Then if we zoom in the chart and analyze recent price action, we can see that the recent price action is bearish too. We can see that since the end of November, the market turned bearish. We see that the market established a minor bearish trend, and in this minor bearish trend we can spot a very important event that occurred during the yesterday's New York session. We can see that over here we got a very significant structure support. We got a significant key support that the market respected two times. Two times we bounced from that support that was a critical historic support. And yesterday, it was broken. Yesterday, it was broken. It was violated with a strong bearish candle. The price broke and closed below that, and we got a confirmed breakout of that structure. Now, we assume that the broken structure turns into a strong resistance, from where we can anticipate a further bearish continuation. And where the market is going to drop then? Where will be the next goal for the sellers in case of a bearish continuation? First, we can expect that the market will retest the current local low. Yes, that is our current local low, and with the high probability we are going to test that. And then with the high probability we are going to drop lower and reach our next key support. Our next key support is right here, based on a current local low. So on a daily time frame, what we see is that Pound USD is globally bearish, and it is locally bearish too. And the recent breakout of this key daily horizontal support suggests that with the high probability bearish trend is going to continue, that the sentiment still remains bearish, and with the high probability the market will drop. Yes, That is what we see. And we see some important structures, key levels that we can rely on for safe entries, for targets, and that can indicate the highly probable future direction of the pair. Yes, so that is how we start our top-down analysis. That is the first element of our top-down analysis, daily time frame analysis, trend analysis on that, and the analysis of important supports and resistances. Then after that, once we see a test of some important structure, of some important key level from where we expect a certain price movement. For example, we see a retest of this broken structure that presumably is a strong resistance now, and from where we anticipate a bearish continuation. After a test of that structure, we simply start looking for a signal. We start looking for confirmation to open a short trade. We are looking for a signal to sell the pair. Yes, and we are looking for confirmation on intraday time frames. I use 2 time frames for confirmations. It is a 4-hour time frame and it is an hourly time frame. And preparing for today's live stream, I spotted a very strong confirmation on an hourly time frame that I wanted to show you. Let's open an hourly and let me show you what I see right here. On an hourly time frame, I think what can we do right here first in order to understand what is really going on right here. I suggest doing a simple structure mapping. You can see that after we updated the Leo, we started a correctional movement. And in this correctional movement, we established a minor bullish trend. Yes, you can see that we got 2 higher highs, higher lows, higher low between them. So the conditions for a minor bullish trend were met. Then we tested our resistance. Then we tested our daily structure resistance, and we were strongly rejected from that. What do I mean by the rejection? You can see that the wick of that candle is bigger than its body. It suggests that it was a strong bearish pressure from that blue structure. Once it was tested, the market turned strongly bearish, and because of that, we formed such a long wick. And such an event we call the rejection, and such a candle is called a rejection candle. And after that, after this rejection, another important event happened. After that, we set another higher low right here, and we started to grow again. But instead of retesting a current high, instead of setting a new higher high, higher close in this minor bullish trend, we set a lower high. Lower high was set, and in structure mapping, a formation of a lower high in a bullish trend is always a sign of weakness. It is always a sign of the weakness of the buyers, and quite often it indicates a highly probable coming reversal. Yes, bearish reversal. After that, you can see that the market dropped, and we violated our last higher low. And in smart money concepts, SMC trading, the level of the last higher low in a bullish trend is also called the order block zone. Yes, so it was a very critical support that the market violated. And why this violation is so important for us? Because this violation signifies a violation of this minor bullish trend. This violation signifies a start of a new local bearish trend. And because it happened after a test of such a significant resistance, we may assume that it confirms a highly probable bearish continuation lower. So all the signals, all these confirmations are more than enough for us to confirm that the market will drop, that the market will turn bearish, and that with the high probability the price will drop lower. The question is to where the price will go now, to where we can expect a bearish continuation. And planning the target for the trade, planning where will be the goal for our potential short trade. The one important thing that we need to consider in our analysis is, of course, fundamentals, because our setup is purely technical. It is based on technical analysis. And the only thing that may change the sentiment on the pair, the only thing that may completely invalidate this setup is the change of a fundamental climate, the change in the fundamental sentiment. And what can change the fundamental sentiment today? We open the economic calendar and we see the Fed interest rate decision. So we need the pair to drop to our target level before the Fed rate decision, because we don't know how the pair is going to react to the today's FOMC, how the pair is going to react to the today's Fed decision. So we will need to have a realistic target. We need to imagine a price level that will realistically be reached today before the Fed. Yes, that's the logic. We are trying to predict the price movement before the release of important fundamentals. Yes, that's how we operate trading technicals. We are trying to identify what is the market sentiment after the release of some fundamentals. And before the release of the new fundamentals, we are just making the prediction where the price will most likely go. And realistically, traders, realistically, before the today's Fed, the market will just reach the current low, current local low. Yes, the support based on the current local low will be a realistic target for our short trade. Then how do we execute the trade exactly? If you're studying SMC mitigation blocks, order blocks, here you can find a very nice example of a mitigation block. This order block was violated after formation of a lower high, and this broken minor structure gives you a very nice zone to sell from. That is a very nice area from where you can sell. That is a very nice area where you can place your short trade. So selling from here, selling the market within this order block zone, this mitigation block zone, we aim at our low and we set our stop loss simply above the high. And then gives a little tip that you need to know. Depending on your desired reward to risk ratio for the trade, you can play with the entry. So I guess you notice that quite often signal providers, different analysts propose entry zones for the trades. Why is it so? Because different traders have different desired reward to risk ratio for the trades. So for some traders, 1-to-1 reward to risk ratio is already okay. For other traders, it is preferable to have at least 1.5. And some other traders want to see 2-to-1. Yes, it depends on the rules of your trading strategy. It depends on your desired profit expectations from the trade. For me personally, 1.4, 1.3, 1.5 is already a good reward to risk ratio. So I'm not trying to aim this 2-to-1, 3-to-1, 4-to-1, 5-to-1 reward to risk ratio trades. I'm very realistic in the expectations, and I'm not trying to be greedy. So for me, the main priority in my trading setups is safety, is the placement of the safest stop loss possible for the trading setup. So I'm trying to compensate the relatively low reward to risk ratio for my trades with the high win rate and the accuracy. Yes, it is always the trade-off. The bigger reward to risk ratio for the trades you want, lower will be the win rate, and vice versa. The higher, the lower reward to risk ratio you have, the higher will be win rate. Yes, it is just the game of statistics. So here on Pound Aussie, we anticipate a bearish movement. Your entry here strictly depends on your desired reward to risk ratio. Yes, that will be the the perfect spot for you to sell. I know that before the live stream started, I received the messages from some of the members that they already shorted pound Aussie, that they already spotted this confirmation. So whether you already have an active short position or you're still planning to sell, that is my view on the pair. That is why I expect a bearish continuation here. Another thing, by the way, that I forgot to mention regarding this trading setup is that do not forget that ahead of the Fed rate decision, the market may easily become very weak. The market may start coiling, the market may start forming weak candles, not moving at all. If the trade still remains active before the Fed rate decision, I strictly recommend moving your stop loss to entry at least 10 minutes ahead of the Fed rate decision release. Yes, because the market volatility may increase. There will be a high chance to be stop hunted from the trade. So make sure that you protect all your trades ahead of the today's Fed. It will be a very, 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 very important rule. Yeah. Let me introduce if you have any questions. Nice to see Christina. Thank you for joining today's live stream. Nice to see Maro. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining. Question from Timothy: is the US oil trade still valid? No. It is invalidated. I guess there it was a false signal. On Monday, I shared a bullish forecast for WTI crude oil in a daily time frame. I spotted a breakout, and I must admit that breakout there was false. It was the trap, so that setup is already not valid. But let me show you let me provide the update for WTI crude oil, because I still believe that the market may recover, but we need a confirmation to confirm this recovery. Yeah, and I see Madhu says EURUSD yesterday's analysis perfect, bro. Thanks. Thank you, bro. Thank you. I'm happy that you enjoyed that. By the way, I have another setup for today for EURUSD. So if you want me to provide the update for EURUSD, please let me know in the live chat, and I will provide the update. Tony says, could you pinpoint the exact moment of the order block creation again? Yes. By the way, on my YouTube channel, there is a playlist, Smart Money Concepts Trading, and there are a lot of videos there about order blocks, structure mapping, change of character, order block, breaks of structure, everything. So you can find the moment when the market created order block here is when this lower high was set. Yes, so we say that the order block is created right here when the price bounced from that zone and set this high right here. Yes, when the price set this high, yes, the order block was created here. And when it was violated, a mitigation block was created right here. It was created when this hourly candle closed below that zone. Yes, I hope that it is clear. Yeah, so when we take off from that support, when we go up and we set this lower high, yes, then we see that order block is created. When it is broken, then we see that the mitigation block is created. I hope that it is clear, Tony. Then, what will be the next one? Yes, I promised to provide the update for WTI crude oil. What we see on WTI crude oil now is that the market is stuck on a very significant daily support cluster. Yeah, we have a very strong support right here that the price tested. We tested that structure yesterday, and we can see that just recently 1, 2, 3, 4 times the price respected the support. 4 times we bounced from that support, and we can easily confirm a historical significance of this support. We see its test today, and of course, from that, we can anticipate a pullback. We can anticipate some bullish movement. But again, to confirm that, we are going to look for some confirmation. We are going to look for some signal on intraday time frames. So let's examine what is happening on the 4-hour. On the 4-hour time frame, we can see that the market is now forming a double bottom pattern. Yes, we have a very nice base for a double bottom. We formed our first bottom right here. We went up, we set a lower high, and now we are forming the second bottom. So what can be the signal? The signal will be a bullish breakout of this intraday resistance. And because it is the Fed interest rate decision day to day, do not forget that for crude oil, FOMC and Fed rate decision are always very important events to track. And the rhetoric of the Fed plays a crucial role in a trend of crude oil. So here we can build a plan for trading crude oil after the Fed. We can see that we have a very nice base for a double bottom. It is a 4-hour trading setup, so in order to confirm a bullish reversal, we will need a 4-hour candle close above this horizontal neckline. And our plan to buy can be based on waiting for the Fed announcement today. If after the Fed rate decision today, we see a movement up and the breakout of this blue resistance, it will signify that oil turns bullish. Oil turns bullish, and with the high probability it will go up. With the high probability it will rise. Where it will go then? We can expect that it will rise at least to that resistance. Then it is the first strong resistance cluster that I see. So we can look for a trading opportunity like that. We can wait for the Fed decision. We can wait for a breakout of this blue resistance. Then in the 4-hour candle close above that, then we can anticipate a bullish movement to that structure with the stop loss lying below the lows. Here's how our trading plan for trading FOMC and Fed rate decision can be. Yes, that is our perfect plan to follow. What I like about this plan is that in this plan, we will trade the setup that where technicals perfectly align with fundamentals. Yes, if fundamentals are bullish after FOMC today, a breakout of this blue resistance will confirm that. And then, yes, the chances will be very high that the market will continue rising. So that is the plan. The alternative scenario to monitor is, of course, a bearish breakout of this daily yellow support. It is now a very important decision moment for WTI crude oil, and of course the market may easily turn bearish, taking into consideration that we are in a downtrend since the end of October. So if we break and close below this yellow support on a daily, then with the high probability we will drop lower, and I guess then it will be reasonable to expect a bearish movement to this support cluster. So it is the alternative scenario. But I will not trade a bearish scenario because this we have quite a strong, we have so many supports right here actually. Yes, we have a very important support right here as well. So I think that a bearish movement can be quite limited. So I would rather concentrate on the pullback trade from the support on the 4-hour time frame. Yeah, Let me know if you have any questions and let me know if everything is clear. I see a question from Puria about Apple stock. Let me check this for you, Apple, and let me check if we have something good to look for right here. I guess the most important thing that you should notice analyzing Apple stock today is that the market is waiting for the Fed rate decision today, testing a very critical support cluster. In the past, it was a strong resistance that was respected multiple times by the price. After the breakout, it turned into a strong support from where the market went up strongly, updating the historic high. Yes, was it the all-time high? Yes, so the market updated the historic high, and now we are retesting that. So you can look for buying from that support, and you can look for a signal right here. What can be our signal? On the 4-hour time frame, we can see that similarly to WTI crude oil, on the 4-hour we have a very perfect base for a double bottom. Yes, so we have this potential double bottom forming now, and the signal that you can look for is a breakout of this yellow resistance after today's Fed rate decision. If the market turns bullish after today's Fed, if we break and close above this yellow resistance, yeah, we can anticipate a bullish movement to current high. Yes, to a resistance based on the current all-time high. So you can look for a buying opportunity like that. I don't know whether the market will turn bullish after today's Fed or not, but if it turns bullish, that will be a perfect scenario and the perfect plan for you to buy. So consider this setup. And again, alternatively, the market may turn bearish after the Fed today, but we have a very wide demand cluster right here, so I would not sell. Selling against such a strong bullish trend looks too risky. I always repeat that in such a strong uptrend, your best friend is the trend. Yeah, so it would be better to look for trend following opportunities only in such a strong uptrend. Now, a couple of words about EURUSWISS. So if you're a member of my free Telegram channel, you should probably saw a recent bearish signal that I provided for the pair. We predicted a very nice pullback from this historic resistance. Yes, we spotted that the market turned to overbought, and I shared a bearish outlook after the test of that resistance, and we got a nice retracement from that. And what we see at the moment, analyzing EURUSWISS, is that the price is currently testing quite a significant daily support cluster. Yeah, here is our very important daily support that the price is approaching right now, and that support can provide a nice zone for buying. As you can see, the trend is strongly bullish. Now, we can see that since the middle of November, the price is rising sharply. We have just tiny pullbacks in this strong uptrend, and there is a quite high probability that from this support we will see another bullish wave. So I think we can look for a long trade from this support. But again, we will need a confirmation. We will need a signal on intraday time frames before we buy. And on the 4-hour time frame, we have a nice completed double bottom pattern right here. Another double bottom, and I always repeat that double bottom is one of the simplest yet accurate patterns that you can learn for trading any market. This pattern is very strong, and Using that properly, combining that with support and resistance analysis on higher time frames, this pattern has an extreme win rate. So always learn to recognize that. It is a very powerful pattern. So we have this double bottom, and the price is currently retesting the lows of the bottoms. If we break this intraday resistance after the Fed, if we break and close above this intraday resistance level, the neckline of the pattern, with the high probability the market will go up, yes, to at least to current resistance. So we can look for buying, yes, on a retest then, yes, and here is the trading setup that we can look for. So the setups that we discussed so far are very similar on WTI crude oil, on Apple stock, and on EURUSD. We have very similar price action. We have very similar patterns to trade. So the plan is basically the same. As always, we wait for the neckline breakout, for our candle goes above the neckline, confirms a violation, and then we anticipate a bullish continuation, setting a buy limit order on a retest of a broken neckline. Yes, so that's the plan. I see a question about silver from Shola. Let me analyze that. And silver is crazy. Silver is crazy while gold remains very slow, while gold trades in sideways, silver continues updating the highs, continues updating the historic highs. And as many analysts are saying, silver is another bubble that we see. The first one is the AI bubble, the second one is gold bubble, and the third one is silver bubble. And the question is, which one is going to burst the first? Let me know, by the way, what is your view? Probably they will all burst at the same moment. Who knows? But what happened with the silver yesterday? We violated another resistance. We violated that. We closed above that, and the market continues rallying. And honestly, from the psychological levels perspective, the closest strong psychological level that I see is 65. But I don't think that the market will have enough time to reach that before the today's Fed. So the best plan that you can follow on silver now is to wait for a pullback. Yes, the best scenario that you can look for so far is some pullback, is some correctional movement, and your task will be to try to buy after a pullback. Looking for any trade now will be very risky, because I guess there will be a high chance to see some correction ahead of the Fed. Today the market may retrace a bit, and then how the market is going to react to today's Fed, we don't know. Yes, it is always uncertain. So with silver, do nothing for now. Wait for a correction, wait for a pullback, and look for buying from one of the structures. Let me show you some important structures that I see. Yes, these three supports are very significant. Yes, and when silver starts a correctional movement, look for buying from one of the supports. Let the price test one of the supports, and then wait for a confirmation to buy the market from one of these supports. Puri says, how would you trade silver in 1 day using indicators? I wouldn't trade silver on a daily using indicators, honestly, but if you're looking for the strategy to trade silver on a daily with indicators, I guess you can consider moving average crossover strategy, having two moving averages on your price chart, one simple moving average, one exponential moving average, and one moving average should have 9 length, another one I guess around 15-16 length, and the crossover of two moving averages is going to provide a strong signal to buy. I think on my YouTube channel there is a video. You can search gold strategy with moving average or gold indicator strategy, something like that. There I explain the exact rules for the strategy, and this strategy works on silver too. Yes, so you can consider that. But personally, I'm not cheating one time frame alone. I'm always trying to combine time frames. Because I trade multiple time frame and also strategy. I'm treating the combination of at least 2 time frames. It is a very important rule of my trading strategy. Then a question about CAD yen. CAD yen, earlier we predicted a nice bullish movement. Those who follow me on Telegram knew that I shared a strong bullish signal for CAD yen, and we predicted a recent bullish movement successfully. And what is happening with the pair now? The market is waiting for the today's Fed testing this resistance cluster. Yes, we are now approaching quite a significant historic resistance cluster. And I don't know how the market is going to react to this resistance cluster after the today's Fed. But I think that we are going to see some pullback soon. If we check how CAD yen was trading since October, we can see that the pair got three nice correctional movements since October, and I think that the market is preparing for another one. We already got quite an extended rally right here, so probably we are going to see some pullback before we rise more. So the best strategy to stick to right here is to wait for a pullback to buy them. Yes, so buying now looks very risky. Instead, I suggest plotting some significant supports. Yes, we have a strong support right here for potential buying. We have some significant support right here for potential buying. And probably I saw some important trend line right here, but I don't remember where it was. Probably this one, yes. And we have this trend line. So you have 3 important supports, 1 vertical support and 2 horizontal. And the best strategy to follow right here is the trend following strategy. So you wait for a retracement to one of the supports, and then you are looking for a confirmation to buy. That will be the best and the safest plan to follow right here. Yeah. Then Ranting says, hi Vasily, great content as always. Any idea where Steve Hart from the trading channel went? Also look at Swiss yen. Yeah, you know, the trading channel was my favorite YouTube trading channel, and I don't even know how many years I was watching him. He's very nice. He's truly very nice. This guy has so nice energy, and yeah, at some moment he just disappeared. And you know, honestly, I think, and guys, by the way, let me know in the live chat if you watched trading channel T on YouTube. I guess many of you should know this channel. I think what happened with this guy, he probably just burned out. You know, when for the last 2 years, his only content was the trading strategies, and profitable trading strategies are very limited. There is a limited number of profitable trading strategies to share, and if you consistently share the content based on only profitable trading strategies, at some moment you will have nothing to share. So I think that at some moment he just realized that he already shared everything that he could, and because of that, I guess he might burned out. Yeah, because especially if you are trading, if you are focused on a specific trading strategy, and if you are running a YouTube channel, it is at some moment you realize that you recorded all the tips, all the secrets of that strategy already. So you need to either broaden the content or to learn something new, or I don't know what. And that is how many trading YouTubers stopped making the videos. I was watching another guy. You can search Jason Stapleton. I was watching him for many years, and at some moment he stopped sharing the videos, and he was absent for a couple of years, and then he started a podcast. And one of his podcasts, he told that he just at some moment he realized that he just didn't have the ideas for new videos, so he stopped. Yeah, so probably same thing happened with Steve in the trading channel. Now, what will be the next one? Can you do a recap of dollar CAD? Says Woolen. Yeah, I can. Dollar CAD. What is going on with the dollar CAD now? The market respected this key level. Yes, we have a brand new key support level right here. Yes, that the price nicely respected, and we have our closest strong resistance right here. And those who study SMC again should probably consider this high momentum bearish candle as a fair value gap. It looks like it is a fair value gap because this bearish movement occurred very rapidly, and from my perspective, there was very limited trading activity in between this sell-off right here. So I think that dollar CAD has a nice potential to recover, and the recent price action on the 4-hour suggests some bullish reversal. Yes, we have violated this intraday 4-hour resistance already. We formed quite a strong bullish imbalance candle right here, engulfing the bodies of many bearish candles right here. So after the test of that daily support, we see a clear shift in the market sentiment. We see that at least temporarily sellers lost control. And I think that the pair has a nice potential to recover more. I think that with the high probability the market will recover more, and we will be able to reach this daily resistance cluster. So I would anticipate a recovery and the bullish movement. The only problem again is in this plan is that we have the Fed interest rate decision today, and definitely the market won't have enough time to recover before the today's Fed. But I think even after the Fed, the pair will have a strong potential to rise more, because the main reason why dollar CAD dropped so significantly, I guess, was the Canadian interest rate decision. Yes, am I right? I think I am right about that. And to recover the today's U.S. interest rate decision can be a nice catalyst for at least a partial recovery of the sell-off that was caused by the Canadian interest rate decision. So That's why I think that the pair is bullish. And I saw a question about euro dollar. With euro dollar, while on dollar CAD price action looks bullish to me, on euro dollar it looks a bit different. On euro dollar I see a clear consolidation and sideways price action. What is happening with euro dollar for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days? 6 trading days, the market remains very weak. And on a daily time frame, we can see a very perfect example of the inside bar candlestick pattern. You can see that we have quite a strong high momentum bullish candle, and consequent candles started to respect its range, not being able to close below or above that, perfectly respecting the boundaries of that range. So when you see such a candlestick pattern on a daily time frame or on any other time frame, it is just a signal of the weakness, of low momentum, and that is the signal that the market is waiting for something. And the fact that we formed this pattern ahead of the Fed rate decision suggests that probably the market stopped moving because of the Fed. Yes, the market participants are waiting for the Fed, and while everyone is waiting, smart money are silently accumulating liquidity within this range. So treating this pattern is relatively simple. You wait for the Fed rate decision today and you watch the side of the breakout of this range. So if after the news today we break the support of the range of the mother's bar, chances will be high to see a bearish movement, while if you see a breakout of the resistance of the range, yes, chances will be high to see a bullish movement. Alternatively, the market may not react to today's Fed at all. That can also happen. If so, the market will continue staying within the range. And then, yes, you can look for trading opportunities within this range, looking for selling from the resistance and looking for buying from the support. That is the alternative scenario to follow. But basically, it is like that. Yes, you spot the range, you wait for the breakout of the resistance of the support of the range to confirm where the market will go next. And while there are no high impact fundamentals, you continue trading the market within the boundaries of the range. That is kind of the strategy that you should follow. By the way, on my YouTube channel, there is a video where, or even 2 videos, where I explain how to trade in sidebar. You can search it. By the way, on my YouTube channel, there's a separate playlist. It's called Candlestick Patterns. And there you can learn different candlestick patterns and candlestick strategies that I use for trading. Now, a question about European pair. European pair price action is very weird. Very weird. I really don't like how European acts, but it's very similar to euro dollar, technically speaking, because we formed this candle right here, and then we started to trade within this range. Yes, so it is another inside bar pattern. Here's its resistance, its support. So the plan is very, 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 very similar. We see the consolidation, low momentum. Ahead of the Fed today, we can see that the market is barely moving, and you can look for a breakout of one of the boundaries of that range to confirm the future direction of the market. Yes, that can be potential scenarios. And again, alternatively, if there's no reaction, if the market keeps being within the range after the Fed today, then you just look for trading opportunities within the boundaries of the range, looking for selling from the resistance and looking for buying from the support. Then another catalyst that can be, when will be the interest rate decision in the UK? Will it be Bank of Japan interest rate decision. Yeah, next week we will have Bank of England interest rate decision and ECB interest rate decision. So I won't be surprised if European stays within this range till Thursday next week. It can also happen. So in trading, get ready for everything. Yes, we don't know whether we will see a volatility spike today or not, whether we will see strong price movements or not. I think that we will see, but we never know. Yes, it's it's trading. Wall Street says next year is my year to redeem myself in the Forex market. Nice. Nice. If I understood what you mean. Yeah. If your username is Wall Street, probably you're more about stocks, right? So anyway, what is your outlook for Bitcoin? Next question. Yeah, Puria, I guess Bitcoin is preparing for a bullish reversal. I see a lot of bullish clues suggesting that the market is preparing for a rise. And yes, you saw that Bitcoin started quite an extended correction in October, and only when we approached this support cluster, the market stopped falling. And now I see clear signs of a bullish accumulation here. We can see that the market keeps respecting this resistance. Yes, we set almost equal highs, respecting this resistance, at the same time updating higher lows. So you can see that here was our last lower low, then we set a higher low right here, and we set another higher low right here. That is a very classic bullish accumulation pattern, suggesting the weakness of the sellers first, because if we analyze the reactions of the price to this blue resistance, we can see that selling waves are clearly weakening. Here was our first bearish reaction to this resistance. Our next bearish reaction was like that, and our third was like that. So you can see that selling waves from that resistance become weaker and weaker. And at some moment, I guess this resistance will lose its significance, and we will see a confirmed bullish reversal. I think the best confirmation that you can look for today is a bullish breakout and a daily candle close above that resistance after the today's Fed. Yes, it will be a very perfect confirmation. After that, anticipate a resumption of a long-term bullish trend. Yes, that's the plan for Bitcoin. Yes, this bullish accumulation patterns are very accurate. They are very strong, and being formed on some significant demand zones, these patterns quite reliably indicate a coming bullish reversal. So let's see how the market will react to today's Fed, but I think with the high probability we are going to break this blue resistance and go up. Yeah. Now let's discuss gold. Let's discuss gold. Gold is another instrument that remains extremely slow ahead of the Fed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. For 8 trading days already. No volatility, no momentum. Yes, the market is very weak. Let's quickly plot our significance structures. Here's our major trend line. That is a strong support. We have a strong support right here, and we have a strong resistance right here. Yeah, so again, as we discussed previously, of course the trend is bullish. Of course we are looking for buying here. Of course we are looking for a signal to buy. And from such a perspective, Yes, our signal will be a breakout of the resistance of that range. Yes, this daily resistance is quite a strong daily structure that keeps being respected for now. We see a clear concentration of selling orders within that area, and strong rejections suggest that, at least for now, sellers have quite a nice confidence in this area. If we break that structure after the today's Fed, if we close above that on a daily after the today's Fed, there will be a very high chance to see a bullish movement all the way up to the resistance based on the current all-time high. So that will be the ideal case for us. Strong volatility after the today's Fed, breakout of that resistance, daily candle close above that, yes, then there will be a very high chance to see a rise. That is our first scenario. Second scenario is, of course, the market may correct more, and from such a perspective, we have a very strong demand zone right here. I would also add into consideration horizontal structure right here. Yes, so we have a strong demand zone right here, and the market may retrace to that demand zone, and then we can look for buying from that. Yes, that can be the alternative zone from where we can look for buying gold. So my plan is still based on buying. For now, I don't see any clues that would suggest that the market will drop strongly, that a strong correctional movement will follow. For now, my plan is to look for buying. And there are two potential scenarios that I consider for buying gold. The first one is to look for buying from this demand zone if we see a retracement to that. The alternative scenario is to look for buying after breakout of this resistance. Yes, these are my two main plans. Now, from the intraday perspective, we see clear weakness, and from a 4-hour time frame perspective, we can see that the market is stuck within this range. Let me draw the boundaries of the range for you. Yes, that's the range where gold is stuck. Now we see that the price nicely reacted to the resistance of the range. We see quite a strong local bearish momentum now, and I think that before the Fed today, the market will keep staying within that range. So we will most likely see a sideways price action like that, and with the high probability the market will continue respecting the boundaries of that range, falling from the resistance and growing from the support. So that is what I see. I guess on an hourly time frame, yeah, after a test of the resistance of the range, we formed quite a strong bearish pattern right here. You can see that we have a very perfect example of the head and shoulders pattern. Yes, here is our nice head and shoulders, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Yes, we violated its neckline. We have a confirmed violation of its neckline. So before the Fed, yes, expect a bearish movement lower. Yes, with the high probability we will remain locally bearish. Then after the test of the support, if the market has time before the Fed, we may see some bullish reaction to that. And then, yes, then after the Fed, here will be our main plan that we discussed on a daily. Yes, to either wait for a breakout of this resistance or to wait for the test of that demand zone and to look for buying from that. Yes, that is multiple time frame plan for gold for today. Thank you, Wall Street, for your support. Appreciate that. Let me introduce if you have any questions. If everything is clear, yes, and let me know what else to analyze for you. Preparing for today's live stream, by the way, I guess I saw some buying opportunity on US 500 index. So let's check that and let's let's discuss it. What I saw on S&P 500 index today when I was preparing for today's live stream was a trend line. Was this one? Yeah, I guess it was this one. Or probably I was drawing like that. Yeah. Anyway, that's the trend line. It's quite a strong minor daily vertical support. The one that the price respected 3 times recently. And I think that from that trend line, we can look for buying, for a pullback trade. And realistically, after a pullback, the market may reach this resistance. That is our closest daily resistance. So let's discuss what kind of confirmation we can look for to buy S&P 500. On the 4-hour time frame, nothing that special. A consolidation here, and by the way, quite a strong entry resistance here as well that we will, I guess, need to take into consideration too. Then hourly time frame. Yeah. On an hourly time frame, we have an inverted head and shoulders pattern. Yes. Look, after a test of our trend line, we got, I would say, a liquidity grab, a trap below this trend line. And below this trend line, the index formed this inverted head and shoulders pattern. Then the market started to recover and we violated neckline of this pattern. We closed above that. And then the market continued growing and the price went up more, and we see a clear strength of the buyers. So I think it is reasonable to anticipate more growth. It's reasonable to anticipate a bullish continuation higher. I think that there is a high chance that S&P will reach this yellow resistance. There is a high chance that this resistance will be tested. And we can look for buying on a retest of a broken neckline of this inverted head and shoulders pattern. Yes, we can look for buying from there. Stop loss will lie below the head, and our entry will be, I guess, somewhere here. 6844 can be a nice entry level for a long trade. So with the high probability, S&P 500 will pull back from this trend line, this strong vertical trend line. As a confirmation, we spotted a test of this intraday 4-hour support, a formation of an inverted head and shoulders pattern, and a breakout of its neckline as a sign of strength of the buyers. So that is what I see on S&P 500 index. Also remember that if you decide to take this trade, make sure that you move your stop loss to entry before the Fed interest rate decision today. Yeah. Then, question from Ranting about Swiss yen. Let's Swiss yen future testing daily 200 EME. Swiss yen. Let me check. Yeah. So Swiss yen is looks bullish like any other yen pair now. Swiss yen looks strongly bullish, and from such a perspective, it looks like we are going to test our resistance based on the current all-time high soon. So be prepared that the market will remain bullish today before the Fed. We also got a confirmed breakout of this daily resistance that turned into support after a breakout. You can see that the price nicely reacted to that after its retest. Yes, we got a very nice pullback from that, and I think, yes, that the pair will continue rising. Yes, the pair will continue rising. On an hourly time frame, we have a confirmed break of structure here, a formation of a new higher high, higher close on an hourly time frame. So with the high probability, the market will continue rising and we will reach 195.38 level before the Fed today. I have a very bullish outlook for this one. Yes, let me know, cheaters, if you have any questions, if everything is clear so far. Yes, if let me know if you continue watching and listening and you are still here. Question from Puri about SUIUSDT. Not sure what is SUIUSDT. Some altcoin, right? Let me see if we have. Yeah, what's is happening here is that it looks like, I guess, Monero looks like that. Yeah, not Monero, some alt that I have in my watch. Yeah, like ADA. It looks like ADA. Anyway, back to SUIUSDT. Yeah. So back to this one. Actually, it looks more bullish than Bitcoin, because on Bitcoin we see the signs of a bullish accumulation, and here we already have a breakout of this major falling trend line. The price was falling within this parallel channel. Its resistance was broken within the channel. We formed a double bottom, and we successfully violated the last lower high in this bearish trend within this channel. So here, technically, we got a double breakout, a breakout of a vertical resistance, a breakout of a horizontal resistance. So, this one looks bullish to me, and I think that this one has a nice potential to continue recovering. I guess this one will most likely continue rising. So while Bitcoin is still forming a bullish accumulation pattern, while on Bitcoin we are still waiting for confirmation of a bullish reversal, here we see that the bullish reversal is already confirmed. We see that bullish reversal is confirmed, and there's a high chance that rise will continue. Yes, so this one looks strongly bullish to me. Yeah. So I guess I answered all the questions, cheaters, as always. If you enjoyed the live stream, do not forget to check my website for more education. You can find on my website a free education page where you will find a lot of free educational articles about SMC, gold trading, smart money concepts, everything. It's very useful for those who are learning how to trade, who are looking for a trading strategy to trade with. It's all free. You check it anytime you want. Also on my YouTube channel there are a lot of playlists with different topics: risk management, SMC, support and resistance analysis, trading strategies. Check that and you will learn more about my trading strategy, about the way I trade, and you will find a lot of tips and secrets for beginners. Also, if you want to see these live streams on daily basis, do not forget to check my Trading Academy. There I do live streams daily. I do live Q&As there daily. I share my trading setups, trading updates daily. You will find more info about that on my website. Also, I have a VIP signals group where I share signals with entry, stop loss, and target. And I have 2 books for you to learn SMC and to learn multiple time frame analysis trading strategy. And by the way, my SMC book is now a bestseller on Amazon in India. That's very great. And I was so surprised that so many Indians would read my book. That's incredible, and I truly appreciate that. Thank you, traders, for joining. I will think whether we are going to do another live stream next week or not. The recording will be provided in a couple of minutes, and I will also provide the time codes. Thank you, traders, and see you soon.